That sound you hear is not actually somebody using a restroom. That's just the rain outside, so yeah, it's been raining all day. Our property is now just about lakeside with the giant puddle I stepped in outside. Today we've got a special for you, although I guess you don't really know this is being filmed different days besides the fact my outfit changes, but doing a little 2-for-1 today. I've got this beer in front of me. This is a Kiera Ichiban, which I assume is either Japanese or Chinese. Hopefully it's not inappropriate for me to assume it's some Asian country. I really should do at least a little bit of research before I do this, but since I haven't on the other beers, I thought it wouldn't really be fair if I did on this either. And we're kind of keeping up with the theme of trying to immerse myself culturally with a little bit of food on the side as well. Today I've got cup noodles. I'm also really not sure where these originate from. Please, nobody get mad at me. I'm not trying to insult your culture. I know there's many different countries that have their own wonderful cuisine and stuff like that. Closest I've got right now is some cup noodles, which you can pick up just about anywhere for well under $1. This beer, which is actually, pretty sure it's brewed in the US. Brewed under Korean strict supervision by Anheuser-Busch in Los Angeles, California, and Williamsburg, Virginia.
It's Bush?
Yeah, I guess so. But apparently it's brewed under supervision because you can't trust us Americans. I don't have too high expectations because this isn't brewed in the country where it should be from, and it doesn't really say which country it's from, or supposedly. We'll get cracking, see how it goes. It's a bit hot. Definitely immersing myself in the culture by having noodles, not just because I burnt the crap out of my omelet. First sip. Can't really just take a sip of beer. First gulp, I should say. Gosh, I think for the first time, I'm gonna have to be like Kiera. Say, tastes like a beer. I mean, it's definitely not terrible, but I don't know, it's nothing special either. But I don't know, I'm not getting the malt flavor across as well as I would expect. It's definitely a little more hidden. Yeah, I guess all I have to say so far, I mean, it's a beer. Where would I see myself drinking this beer? Well, if I wasn't such a dodo, probably would have researched beforehand where this beer actually technically originated from. In a city, probably, at night. Yeah, I don't know. So for me, this beer is pretty drinkable, and it's more drinkable than, at least for me personally, than the Italian beer that I tried, which, not gonna lie, I honestly had trouble finishing it. It was just not my taste. But I tried to be kind of fair with, I guess, the score and not just judge it solely on just how I feel. I give it like a 4.5. I'd say it's bang average. I'm giving it a 4.5 just because probably get the other 5 if it was made not in the US. Would I recommend it? I don't know. Obviously I'm kind of tongue-in-cheek about immersing myself into another culture. Hopefully you get that by now. This is a little bit of sarcasm in that. I do want to feel like I'm somewhere else. Or I wouldn't recommend it for someone just trying to try something from another country, I guess, because like I said, we can't travel right now, so the next best thing is to buy a bunch of beers that are supposed to be from other countries and drink those.
So Max said that this tastes like a beer, which is what I say about every beer, so I'll be the judge of that. Yep, and it tastes like a watery beer.
You might have to re-say that because I've just been slurping noodles. Hello people, it's Max from Seattle, Earth, or as you may know it, Seattle, the world. I'm saying this because in our Beers of the World 9-pack from the World Market, there is a Redhook ESB. Redhook started off as a brewery in Seattle, although it's much bigger now. And from what I hear, it's not as good as it was. I remember going to the Redhook brewery to have food before. My parents would go there for beer. Apparently it's not as good anymore. I wouldn't really know much about it. I was not of age back then to try it. So now we've got this bottled, you know, because I'm from the area where this beer is from, you know, it feels personal, and I can imagine that's how a lot of people feel about the beers that I've tried that may be from their home country or their hometown or something like that. And maybe they too are thinking, oh Max, this beer is crap, you know, it's not really reflecting of our, you know, beer scene. Just like, you know, there are plenty of breweries in the Seattle area. I mean, just in Washington itself. I've got my flannel on today in honor of Seattle. I mean, as a Seattle person, I wear my flannel like every day anyway. But I've got my Candlebox shirt, which is a band from Seattle, and they're based, I think, out of LA now, which I feel like is pretty appropriate for, I guess, the whole theme of this place. But check them out, they're a great band. Apparently ESB stands for Extra Special Bitter. Let's see. Yeah, it's not bad. Or it definitely wouldn't be on the top of my list for beers out of Western Washington. I mean, we're pretty lucky with so many breweries. Very many like small craft breweries. I mean, just off the top of my head, Pike Brewing Company, Black Raven, they're out of Redmond, Fremont Brewing Company, also in Seattle. I definitely wouldn't call it an amazing beer or something that I feel like, yes, this is our Seattle brewing scene. But maybe stacked up against other kind of big companies, it's really not bad at all. It's drinkable. It's not bad at all, actually. Be smashing a few of these before a concert or something in Seattle. Most of the beers I've tried aren't what you might call craft. You know, this tastes a little bit more like a craft beer than the other ones. So it would be wrong for me to give this a really good rating because I'm out of the kind of Seattle-ish beer scene in a way. So I don't want to score it too highly. At the same time, you know, I can't score it too low based on the other beers because this is honestly, at least for me, better than most of the other beers I've had. In this box, 7.8. Pretty random, right? Yeah, probably closer to an 8. I don't know, what was the highest I scored? I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. Yeah, that's pretty good.
What food item would pair well with this beer?
Probably a burger. You know, before I could drink, and my parents would take me to Redhook Brewing, I would pretty much always have a burger there. And I remember the burgers being really good. For now, I'm just having a piece of bread.
Kiera Cam.
Kiera Cameo.
I think that's pretty good. I think this is my favorite one yet.
Yeah, honestly, it's kind of the most unique out of those. Well, besides the Italian one, that was pretty unique. Almost feels wrong, but so far it's kind of been the best beer out of the ones.
We're biased.
The Seattle beer scene is pretty, as the kids would say, lit.
When I sail off on my final journey, then bury me in the yard, along with all my
Hey, we're back with another beer. Today we've got this Newcastle Brown Ale. I thought at first that the Newcastle was about, you know, the place in England called Newcastle, because it is brewed and bottled by Lagunitas in California, which is a decent brewing company. But this is definitely not a foreign brewed beer. Maybe it's based on a foreign beer, I don't know. It's a brown ale. I think brown ales are supposed to be kind of malty, maybe even a little bit caramelly. I don't think I've ever had this before. I have actually seen this in 6-packs at Safeway though, so it's not like it's a totally foreign out there beer. Let's give her a rip. So, I also just got off work and, as you can maybe tell, showered. Not actually, this is not grease. I do shower once in a while. We're gonna see if it can hit the spot or not. That's some pressure, huh? Already not a huge fan. Yeah, consider the spot not hit. I think maybe other people might like this if you're into kind of malty stuff. I don't know, this just... Not a fan. Where would I drink this? Drink it in a dark alleyway. Out of a... Well, it'll be in a bottle, but it's in a paper bag. It's not my least favorite of the ones I've tried. Definitely not anywhere towards my top. It's okay, it's interesting. 4.3. Yeah. It's drinkable.
It's kind of weirdly bitter. Like if I were to describe the roller coaster of this beer, it's like, and then it flattens.
I mean, maybe my standards are too high for bottled beer. I don't know. Alrighty, we are back. The two beers we're going to be drinking today are both Dutch. I could be wrong, that'd be really awkward if I am. This one is an Amstel Light, which is brewed by Amstel, which I guess is owned by Heineken, I believe. I typically don't drink beers that say light on them, so I'm getting some kind of Bud Light vibes or whatever, so I don't know, it's 3.5%. If you're Dutch, let me know if this is like your Bud Light equivalent. Still interested to try. I don't think I've ever had one of these, so we'll see how it goes. The snack we have today is red pepper hummus, which is super good, and some pretzel chips. Together they make an awesome combination.
That was like half of it.
I'm gonna crunch away behind the camera, bub. You got a job to do here. I'm willing to be crunching. Ask your questions. Oh wait.
Hey, what a diva. I have to do it as a producer.
There's really nothing to it. It's kind of like a, I don't know, I think most of the flavor is just kind of like a carbonated drink.
See, I like it because it's really light. It doesn't taste as like, you know, doesn't punch you in the back of the throat. I like it. But I like these chips more. Also, this looks like an ad.
Oh yeah. Hey, Snack Factory, if you want to sponsor us, dude, we're actually huge fans of your pretzels.
We buy them almost every week, probably.
Yeah. Maybe between surf sessions or something. I don't know. If I'm just chilling with friends but I don't want to get enough of a buzz that would actually make it hard to do something later. I don't know, it's honestly not very enjoyable. Like, it's drinkable. You know, whatever a drinkable meter is at.
So what's the rating then?
Maybe like 4 out of 10 just because I gave a beer a 3, but I actually struggled with finishing it. Whereas like, I guess like this one goes down easy. I'm sure they have way better stuff in the Netherlands. Shout out to all my Dutch friends. Mariana, how are you? How are the kids? Hope you're doing well. And we are finally on to our last beer of our 9 beers of the world. Once again, shout out to Tracy, Kiera's mom. Anyway, this is a Guinness Stout, and I don't think this one's that unique. I think you can actually pick these up at the store. This is Irish. Last one was Dutch. Definitely probably said both beers today are Dutch. Maybe I just misread something earlier. I stand corrected. Today we are having a Dutch beer and an Irish beer. Well, I mean, how Irish is Guinness anymore? It's very exciting. It's kind of something I don't have very often. In fact, I'm not really a stout kind of guy. In fact, funny story, I think my buddy brought some of these to my place before, and had some and I was like, what the F is this S? So I'm trying to like keep this family friendly. It's been a while. We'll see how it tastes now to me. I'm pretty excited. This has been a lot of fun. There's definitely some beers in here that I've liked. Some maybe not so much, but regardless, it was just a pretty fun experience. It says enjoy chilled. I shall enjoy it chilled. It's chilled. Nitrogenated for smoothness. Okay, okie dokie. What's the alcohol content? Where the crap do you even find that on this? Checking out just how it says that. Alright, well, I can't find the alcohol numbers. But let's give it a rip.
You gonna open this thing?
Oh, right. Once you're crunching stuff, and mine. Is it rolling? Mm-hmm. Alrighty, let's dig into this one. That's not that bad. Tastes dark, like a stout would. You know what kind of person would drink that? A hipster, because hipsters drink stouts. Used to be IPAs were for hipsters, but nowadays it's stouts.
I feel like a Zeke
Shopless.
from Survivor kind of hipster.
Yes. Zeke would be drinking.
Spitting image. Or what would pair well with this?
Oh, with the beer?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, cheesecake. I'd probably try a stout in Ireland. I don't know. Is that where they're from? Who started stouts? I don't know. I did zero research on any of this. Maybe it would have been a better video if I did, but I would drink this in a tiny home near the beach, but also by the mountains. Oh, that's where we live. Nice. Whoa. Taste this?
I sure am. Let's check if it's going to be Kiera approved. It has a questionable amount of Irish blood. It kind of tastes like when you go to a coffee shop and they either over roasted the beans or they just haven't cleaned their machine in a long time, so it just tastes weird. I'm pretty good at telling if they don't clean their machine. I don't know how I know, because I've only worked at places that make me clean them very well. Like I was a barista in my past life, aka like 3 years ago. It definitely has like a rich flavor, but a peculiar aftertaste. It's neat. I like the branding, it's very on point.
Well,
but yeah, just
I'm not
not
a fan of like, this is plastic.
Okay, that's true. I
If
guess
they wrap it, that's actually calling out Guinness. Maybe title this one, Calling Out Guinness. Like, why is your bottle wrapped in plastic?
that just kind of defeats the purpose of it being in glass.
Yeah. Stop it.
But yeah, that's my thoughts. That's all for me.
I'm super stoked on all this. It's been super fun. Even drinking this, it's fun. I definitely don't drink these every day. In fact, the last time I had one of these, and the only time, was a few years ago. So, it's the end of the day. Had a long day at work. Woo, tired. It's time to kick back and finish up a cold one. And then go to sleep. So I have to wake up at 6 a.m. tomorrow. My overall thoughts on the experience, such as...
Stop.
I had a lot of fun with Kiera filming Beers of the World. There are honestly so many laughs that go on behind the scenes because this has just been super funny. It's very hard for me, honestly, to talk to the camera in a serious manner or give anything truly insightful I'm just not a very insightful person when it comes to that. Actually having to film the process of drinking beers is kind of difficult. At least it's way more difficult than just, you know, slamming them.
You know what this means now?
What?
You have to actually go travel
Oh yeah.
and actually try beers, not a places.
Oh heck yeah, I would love to travel. Actually, we should make that, like, every time we travel somewhere, we'll a little mini video on the local brew. Shout out to Tracy. Cheers.
Anything else?
Drink responsibly.
Well, I can't foresee it.